Ilhan Omar should be sent out of our country. She married her brother.
There is enough evidence now, especially in changing her birth year.
Omar went silent, refusing to make any comments at all, saying she does not talk about her family.
It's freaking phenomenal. Ilhan Omar is collapsing right now. Trump's DOJ just signaled a massive move, stripping U.S. citizenship from fraudsters who lied on their applications. 2 cases were just announced yesterday, and USCIS is now gearing up for 100 to 200 denaturalizations every single month. It will grow from there, folks. They're targeting, get this, concealed crimes, fake marriages. Do you know anybody with a fake marriage out there? Write that in the chat. Fake identities and immigration fraud. And right now, the name on everyone's lips is Ilhan Omar. Today, I'm breaking down the serious allegations that make her a perfect fit for this new crackdown. The marriage records, her father's past, the birth year questions, and her own words putting Somalia first. But the great news is this isn't just happening in America. On the same exact day, Europe just had one of the most consequential votes of all time. Wait till you see what's happening in Europe. This is a worldwide movement, and it's catching on. From William Wolf on X, the denaturalizations are starting. I repeat, the denaturalizations are starting. Yes, it's only 2. Now, here's what you need to understand. I'm going to show you. We've broken the seal. It can be done. Now it's just a matter of scale. First 2, then 200, then 200,000. Pretty amazing to see this in my lifetime. Folks, I want to take you right to the Justice Department press release. It has secured the denaturalization of convicted gun trafficker and healthcare fraudster, but here's where it gets really good. It has now filed a complaint against a marriage scammer. That's right. Trump administration ramps up efforts to denaturalize those who gained U.S. citizenship by concealing crimes and committing fraud. He's going after her, folks. He said it. Trump has said it multiple times. He's going after her. This is the test run, going after this marriage fraud, folks. So let's talk about the brother marriage. The big one is Omar is accused of marrying her own brother, Ahmed Nur Saeed Elmi, in 2009 to get him U.S. citizenship and student aid. Public marriage records list the same parents. She was already in another relationship and had kids. It's straight up marriage fraud, folks. The same thing the Trump Justice Department is pursuing with another person right now, and it's against Minnesota law. Nancy Mace tried to subpoena the records. Trump's broader team is looking into it right now. Look at this video.
It was first made a few years ago. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar tried to knock it down by calling it absurd. Then when the media turned up a wedding certificate, Omar went silent, refusing to make any comments at all, saying she does not talk about her family or personal life.
Oh, but we're going to talk about her family and personal life, folks. A whole lot more in this video. It's a wild ride.
Well, now others are talking, like Abdulhakim Osman, a prominent member of the Minneapolis Somali community, who is now on the record telling the Daily Mail that in 2009, Ilhan Omar married her biological brother, Ahmed
like
Saeed Almi, so that he could legally remain in the U.S. and attend college. At the time, Omar was married to Ahmed Hersey, but it was a religious marriage, meaning there was no Minnesota state record stating that she and Hersey were husband and wife, and so marrying her brother would allow her sibling to get his legal immigration documents. But Mr. Osman isn't just saying that Omar married her biological brother. He also gave the Daily Mail the name of the Christian minister who married them.
What?
That minister reportedly says she does not want to be involved or interviewed about Congresswoman Omar.
Christian minister, folks. Look, the Somali community is turning her in, and this quote-unquote Christian minister, anybody want to guess the denomination? Probably Presbyterian, Methodist, one of these mainline denominations, and she doesn't want to talk about it. Straight up, she doesn't want to talk about it. And here it is, folks, the actual marriage certificate. This isn't rumor, it's public record, and it's criminal. Then we have her father, Nur Omar Mohammed. He wasn't just any refugee, folks. He was a colonel in Somalia's war crime regime, directly tied to the 1980s Asak genocide. Somali archives and photos tie the family directly to the regime that slaughtered thousands. Omar calls him an educator. The records say otherwise. And here you have it, folks, from Somaliland Chronicle. Between 1981 and 1991, the Somali military, in which Colonel Nur Omar Mohammed, Ilhan Omar's father, served as a senior officer, executed a brutal and systematic campaign of genocide targeting the Isaaq people of modern-day Republic of Somaliland. This dark chapter in Africa's history, which was known as the Isaaq genocide, was a merciless military campaign that resulted in the killing of over 200,000 Isaaq civilians. It has also involved widespread forced displacement, scorched earth destruction of the second and third largest cities, aerial bombardment of almost every other single city, town, and village in Somaliland, and 2 decades of large-scale terror-style tactics against the civilian population of Somaliland. Now, you may ask, well, why is that important? It's important because we don't give refugee status to people. That was a known policy of the United States at that time. Then we have her lying about her birth year. Okay, she changed her birth year from 81 to 82 on Minnesota's official legislative site. Why? Because if she was born in 1981, she was already 17 plus when her father naturalized, meaning she wouldn't have automatically qualified as a minor. She claims she became a citizen at 17, yet the documents say otherwise. Check out this reporting from Alpha News.
Yeah, you've been putting all of this out there on social media, and again, you have been for years. I know one of your posts recently was even shared by President Trump's Truth Social account. It's not just your opinion, though. You've documented all of this, and you can see for yourself. The screenshots were, as you say, Omar changed her birth year from 1981 to 1982. Despite the documentation, many still have doubts, especially those who pointed out that USCIS doesn't release full records publicly, and name verifications may affect searches. But what do you say to those who doubt this story?
I believe that the whole narrative that Ilhan Omar became a citizen at the age of 17, that narrative that's documented, has been sold for so long that people have bought into it and they believe it. But where's the documentation? No one has seen her official naturalization records. No one. Not the Minnesota Secretary of State, not the Federal Election Commission, not Congress. And there is enough evidence now, especially in changing her birth year. I mean, who does that? Who goes to that effort of, oh, I'm in Congress now and I've just noticed that my birth year is incorrect? No, that's a red flag.
So what we have here, folks, is classic paperwork fraud to lock in citizenship. But here's where it gets really wild. This is where she completely comes out of the woodwork. Many Somalians have personally called me to encourage me to speak to the U.S. government to thwart the MOU and help Somalia. They wanted to know what the U.S. government could do. My answer to Somalia was that the U.S. government will only do what Somalians in the U.S. tell them to do. Can you believe this crap? They will do what we want, nothing else. They must follow our orders. We Somalians must have confidence in ourselves. We live in the U.S., pay taxes in the U.S., and have a real voice. The U.S. is a country where one of your daughters, for as long as I'm in the U.S. Congress, Somalia will never be in danger. It will not be stolen by Ethiopia or others. The U.S. would not dare to support anyone else. I will protect the interests of Somalia from inside the U.S. system. This lady is freaking nuts. And here she is again saying that she will put the interests of Somalia above American interests. Now, what's really wild in this clip is she actually figured out that she was a woman because she brags about being from Somalia and being a woman. So the party that doesn't seem to know what a woman is does seem to know what it is when it's convenient for them. But I digress. Here she is. As long as I am in Congress and in my position, I feel a responsibility to help the country I am from. She's a Somali girl, folks. This is a U.S. Congresswoman, not just a citizen. Let's go back to the fact that when you take the naturalization oath, you swear allegiance to the United States of America. But this is a U.S. Congresswoman, above all that, who swears an oath to defend and protect the Constitution, putting Somalia first. This alone should trigger every denaturalization alarm. You know, with all this fraud going on in Congress, with all the fraud of marriage certificates and everything, there's a bigger fraud, and that is the Medicare fraud going on out there. Seniors are getting ripped off. That's why I'm so proud to partner with Chapter. They're not part of big insurance or big government. They are independent. I can't say enough about how awesome the Chapter people are, Kathy N says, especially Jessica. with people helping me with my Medicare supplemental insurance coverage. I made some very bad choices, Kathy went on to say, and would have been in a lot of trouble with what I decided to go with. Jessica helped me get the right coverage. They're saving people on average $1,100 per year. These are real comments from people on my channel. Sometimes some people are saving as much as $4,000 a year. We've had others that are saving $3,000, $2,000, whatever. Some are just getting better coverage for the same price. But the great part about Chapter is you can their help is free, and they will not pressure you into choosing a specific plan. They just look at all the plans and tell you if you're in the best one. So give them a call at 832-761-2660. Again, that's 832-761-2660. But here's what's really cool, folks. This is blowing up globally. The same day as the U.S. announcement, Europe just passed the return directive 389 to 206. It wasn't even close. Illegal immigrants can now be sent to detention centers outside the EU and deported. Check this out.
On the common system for the return of third country nationals staying illegally in the Union. This is the return.
This is so beautiful. You got to see this guy's reaction,
we will vote
too.
on the decision to enter interinstitutional negotiations.
For far too
By
long,
roll
Europe
call,
has been
the vote
leaking
is
like
open.
a rotten barn wall. And the vast majority of Europeans have had enough. Now watch this vote come in. Okay, you're going to
Vote
see
is closed.
how resounding it is. Watch the screen.
And it is adopted.
There it is. 389 to 206. Look at this guy. See him? See his frowning? See his upset face? Okay? Here's what's so cool about that. This is Stephen Mixer, Estonian MEP from the far-left Social and Democrat Socialist Group. Former Estonian defense minister and foreign minister under the Social Democrats, career globalist who spent years pushing open border policies and soft on migration votes. He's the face of exactly why Europe's been leaking like a rotten barn wall. Today, he's watching his side lose big time. This is a worldwide movement catching fire. Trump in America, conservatives in Europe, denaturalization and deportation are back on the menu. So, hey, if she's such a Somali girl, folks, she can go make Somalia great again. The bottom line is the era of looking the other way is over. Ilhan Omar has more red flags than a Soviet parade. The DOJ is just getting started. If the allegations hold and the evidence is public, she should be the next name on the list. America first means citizenship fraud first. Drop your thoughts below. Should Ilhan be investigated and deported? Hit like, share, and I'll see you in the next one. Trump's cleaning house and the world is finally following. Peace out.